Hello, today we are talking about African proverbs and their meanings. I hope you enjoyed the video. Only a fool tests the depth of the river with both feet. This means that you don't jump straight into a situation without thinking about it first. You see, you cannot just use your 2 feet to test how deep a river is. And in life, you shouldn't just jump into a situation without thinking about it, the circumstances surrounding it. Even if it's when you're in danger, you need to check around to be sure that it is a safe situation for you to get into before doing so. Knowledge is like a garden. If it is not cultivated, it cannot be harvested. This means that if you don't make effort to acquire knowledge, then you would not expect to have it. And if you do not put the knowledge you have to use, you cannot expect to gain anything from it. Sugarcane is sweetest at its joint, meaning that good and sweet things of life may appear difficult to achieve, but in the end, it is worth it. When you're eating sugarcane, I don't know if you've eaten some before, but when you get to the joint of sugarcane, oh my, it's as if all the sweetness of the sugarcane just got to the joint and decided to get fixed up there, So, as you can see, good and sweet things of life may appear difficult to achieve, but in the end, it is so worth it. If you offend, ask for a pardon. If offended, then you should forgive. This is just as simple as it sounds. If you upset someone, say sorry. If someone upsets you, forgive, because what goes around will surely come around. You see, some people find it very difficult to say sorry. I don't just get it. But this proverb tells you that if you offend, ask for a pardon. Some people also find it so difficult to forgive. I know that some pains run so deep, and sometimes it's just like you don't even want to forgive that person. But just do that. Try to forgive so that you can also have your peace of mind. Don't set sail using someone else's star. This means that you should avoid copying someone else just because someone has been successful in what they do. It simply doesn't mean that you will do or you will also get better in it or be the best in it if you go into that same venture. This thing can be seen a lot with businesses, for instance. You see someone who is doing business and the person is doing quite well, and you're like, oh wow, I should go into that same business because so and so person is doing well. You do not know the passion behind it. You don't know what this person has done to achieve this. You don't know how far the person has gone. So why just wake up one day and decide to venture into a business simply because you have seen that someone else is doing good in it? This proverb is telling you that you shouldn't set sail using someone else's star. The best way to eat an elephant in your path is to cut him up into little pieces. Okay, so this means that the best approach to solving a problem is to take it bit by bit. That is, one at a time. I watch movies where there's fighting and maybe one person is bigger, huge than the other one. The smaller person tries to fight starting from the legs, as if the person wants to cut down a palm tree or something. So this proverb says that the best way to eat an elephant in your path is to cut him up into little pieces. All right. So when you find yourself in a difficult situation, try to solve it one at a time. Take it easy. Everything will just end up fine. A restless feet may walk into a snake pit, meaning that if someone is busy doing nothing or is involved in what he does not know about, it is easy for him to get into trouble. A chick that will grow into a cock can be spotted the very day it hatches, meaning that you can easily foresee the future of something through the character and telltale signs that thing exhibits today. After a foolish deed comes remorse. This means that feeling sorry always comes after a foolish act. A man who pays respect to the great paves the way for his own greatness. What goes around comes around, so whatever you sow, you shall reap. Children of nowadays find it very difficult to respect their elders. I can't really connect with that. I don't really get it, So remember that a man who pays respect to the great paves the way for his own greatness. He who does not know one thing knows another. Nobody knows everything, but everyone knows something. You see, so when you say someone, do not look down on them simply because you asked them for A and they did not know the answer to A. They might know B, C, D, E, because everyone cannot know everything. A roaring lion kills no game, meaning you cannot achieve or gain anything by merely sitting around and just talking about it. Some people make a whole lot of noise, like they want to do something and they're just all over the place, ranting, shouting at the top of their voices. At the end of the day, they end up doing absolutely nothing. And what this proverb here is saying is simply the truth. A roaring lion kills no game. When a lion wants to attack, it doesn't roar. It can be going towards its prey and be shouting at the top of its voice. It needs to calm down and be strategic. So when you want to achieve something, stop making a whole lot of noise about it. Just set your goals and work hard towards achieving them, all right? Do not call the forest that shelters you a jungle. This means that you should not insult someone who is taking care of your responsibility or taking care of you. I think this proverb could be likened to do not bite the fingers that feed you. A forest is sheltering you, and what do? You turn around and call it a jungle. Can you imagine that? It's very insulting. When a king has good counselors, his reign is peaceful. What this means is that what defines a man is the circumstances and people around him, and if they are good, he turns out good. This can even be talked about in friendship. For instance, if you have a good friend, then you're likely to take good decisions. But there are some people that rely so much on other people without even being able to know what they want to do for themselves. I don't really get it anyway. So when you find yourself surrounded by good people, then you are likely to also do good things. It takes a whole village to raise a child. What this means is that the society is responsible for the moral characters in which it creates, and everyone in a community should be responsible for helping to train a child, irrespective of who the parents are, offering correction where they are needed. You see, that is it. But some people don't even want you to go close with their children or give correction to their children. They feel like they are the only ones who have that right. So what do? You stay on your lane to avoid issues. If a child washes his hands, he could eat with kings. This means that if you prepare and allow yourself to be well trained, when you have the opportunity, you will achieve a lot and be favored in due course. Let me repeat this proverb again. If a child washes his hands, he could eat with kings. Wow, this is so deep, so deep. A child cannot just go to the table, a dining table, and with dirty hands. Who do you want to eat with? This proverb is not it goes a really long way, and if you listen deeply to the meaning, you will get it very well. You want to stand out, you want to be prominent, you want to be an authority in your field. All you have to do is to take time and get properly trained for that, and you will achieve your goals. The rain does not fall on one roof, meaning that trouble comes to everyone at one time or another. Life is like a mist or a shadow. It quickly passes by. What this means is that life is too short and you only live it once. Just take it easy. Take things easy. Everything will be all right. Wherever a man goes to dwell, his character goes with him. Meaning, what defines a man is his character, which is inseparable from him and follows him. The next proverb says, do not look where you fell, but where you slipped. This means that you shouldn't look at your mistakes, but rather look at what caused your mistakes. Otherwise, you may repeat the same mistake again. Two wives are like two pots of poison, meaning that possessing more things means more threats. Well, I don't really know where this proverb is, It is really trying to say, but I don't think I agree to this one though. Though maybe it needs more explanation for us to understand more. Because I've seen people with 2 wives, who are happily married. I've also seen people with 1 or more skills who are doing very well in their field. So I'm not really sure what this one is talking about anyway. Ears that do not listen to advice accompany the head when chopped off. This means that a person who does not follow good advice will suffer. So it is good to listen when people are advising you. A tree cannot stand without roots. Roots are the foundation of existence, which no one can ever take away. So wherever you are from, your culture matters. Always remember home and know that there is no place like home. At least that is how I understand that proverb. You begin with the meal before the water is boiling. This is a proverb that refers to someone who is too impatient. Just imagine, how can you start eating even before the water boils? The water should boil before you eat your meal. When you are cooking, of course. We are afraid of the forests because it is dark. This means that you shouldn't give up on things when they appear hard. Wherever a man goes to dwell, his character goes with him, meaning that a man's character defines him. He who does not brush his teeth before breakfast complains about sour food. It means that an unprepared person complains about the situation. Even the best dancer on the stage must retire sometime. This proverb means that nothing lasts forever. So when you have something, you better cherish it because you don't know how long that thing is going to last. If there is no enemy within, the enemy outside cannot harm. Meaning that when there are no negative thoughts in your mind, others cannot harm you. In fact, this would even be explained to mean that when you do not have an insider, I always said that before something happens to someone, it means that there is an insider. Maybe someone wants to rob a house. What they do, most of them, they gather information, you understand? They just go around looking for someone from inside the house that can betray the home. And then through that person, they are able to penetrate the house. That is exactly what this proverb is talking about. That if there is no enemy within, then the enemy outside cannot harm anyone. If you heal a person's leg, do not be surprised if they run away. Meaning that if you teach a skill to someone, they can use it against you. That is why some people do not even want to help, because you help someone today and before you know it, tomorrow they just turn around you and begin to try to backstab you or even do something else that you wouldn't even believe that would have been done against you. Getting up early shortens the journey. It means that preparing for something beforehand makes the process easier. So always get prepared for the journey of life. A single bracelet does not jingle. The power of numbers is undeniable. Yes, when it comes to teamwork, you can never deny the fact that when they are together and more coordinated, they are likely to achieve far more results than someone who is working alone. If you have pride, you will have no room for wisdom. Only one who is humble can attain wisdom. That is what that proverb means. Proud, I don't know. Some people are just too proud. And when they are too proud, they cannot even learn. They can't be humble and learn things because they feel like they know it all. So what else are you going to teach them? So that is what this proverb is talking about. If you have pride, you will have no room for wisdom. And if you have no room for wisdom, then you cannot learn. You will only be stuck at what you know. Whoever seeks good fortune does it at the expense of peace, meaning that chasing after money leads to a chaotic life. Well, I don't really know about this one, but I know that when you go after money, things are going to be better for you, but maybe it depends on how you chase after that money. Okay, the next proverb says, eat when the food is ready. What this means is that you should speak when the time is right. Always do things at the right time. Did you know that you could do the right thing at the wrong time? Yes, that happens a lot. So always make sure that you are doing things at the right time. All right. You have to learn how to cut down trees by cutting them down. You will only learn something by doing it. That is it. You have to do it. and then you get to learn more about it. That is what that proverb is talking about. If you close your eyes to facts, you will learn through accident. It means that you should always seek the truth or you get into trouble. That is it. Okay, so I'll stop there for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do well to subscribe to my channel and set your notifications to see first so that you know every time I upload a new video. I am Yaki, and thank you so much for watching my video. I hope to see you next time.